been writing kids' books since about 2007, but when I'd first graduated high school, I was doing theatre and education, so writing theatre, plays, and touring them around kids' schools. I'd been working as a writer in different formats, travel writing, a lot of travel writing. I was doing food and wine books, which I really enjoyed as well. It's my other passion is food and wine. But I really missed working with kids, and I've always loved reading, and it just made sense to me to get back in touch with kids. I'm kind of a big kid myself, right? So when I started doing this, I was just becoming a Canadian citizen, and to celebrate me becoming a Canadian, my favourite time of year has always been Christmas, so I wrote a Canadian version of the 12 Days of Christmas song. Growing up in Australia, as kids we learn the Australian version of the 12 Days of Christmas, we don't learn the traditional English one. So when I came to Canada, it was going to be Christmas time, I was becoming a Canadian, I thought I'm going to do it, so I wrote the book called A Moose and a Maple Tree. And yeah, it really took off and appealed to people. So I stuck with that theme for a while, so I did a series of Canadian Christmas books, and now I've branched out with some other things as well. I think of things that I like, and always things that I liked as a kid, but still things that interest me is the way that I think it makes it work. So my new series, Canadian Monster Club, we take First Nations legends and historical sightings of monsters from right across Canada, and so there's 17 of them in my series. In my book called Canadian Monster Club, The Summer Picnic, they all get together every Canada Day to throw a party. It gets very messy, of course, and they're illustrated picture books, so I get to work with some incredible artists, and they bring my words to life. And just seeing kids light up when they look at the books, it's pretty fantastic. I've always been fascinated with monsters. As a kid, every book that I'd get from the library would always be about these monsters, and I wanted to know the true legends. I wasn't that interested in just people making up monsters. I wanted to know the legends of dragons and bunyips and these incredible stories. So that's always interested me, and I think it interests a lot of kids. But when I came to Canada, I was so blown away by how many incredible monster legends there are in this country. From east to west, north to south, there's incredible First Nation stories and just fantastic monsters, and it was just so much to work with that I couldn't not write these books. And there's a lot of them, there's 17, so I'm going to do 17 individual stories as well as a big one where you get to meet all 17 monsters. I always love it when I'm working on a story. I wake up and if there's something I'm thinking of, different words or expressions or something funny that someone could do, the second I open my eyes I'm thinking of these things, and I watch my kids really carefully because they're always full of funny things, and I can take things that they do and I can put them in, or dogs make me laugh all the time, so I try and imagine different things that are situations from life and make them a little bit funnier in the story is the idea. Exaggerate them a bit.
Next year we'll choose...
I have a great artist. Well, all the books that I've written have fantastic artists. The Monster series I work with Trish Glab. She's an incredible creator, painter, drawer. She does it all. She's from here in Victoria. And she, as well, like me, she's really interested in the history, so she would research these monsters just as much as I would to create the actual pictures, and would team up together and, do you think this guy should have brown fur or purple fur, or what should, and yeah, would take those original legends and turn them into reality. So I'm really lucky the creative side.
So what I'm doing with my Monster series is that even though all these characters are based on real Canadian legends, many of them First Nation stories, I don't just retell First Nation stories. They're not my stories to tell. I tell my own crazy stories that use these characters, and part of the money from each of these books is donated to an awesome First Nations charity that helps Indigenous kids right across Canada.
My name's Troy Townsin, and I'm a children's book author.